Takeru takes one of the flowers. Just then, a villager runs in and tells them that the village is under attack. They rush back and see that the entire village has been set on fire. Working together, they put out the flames and save all the villagers. Fortunately, no one is injured, but the village has been burned to the ground. They realize that Engache is responsible for this. Takeru also learns that Engache took Ganja with him. Hearing this, Clay becomes furious and says he will not let Engache get away, but Takeru is even angrier. He uses his search skill to locate them, and they quickly ride there on horseback. B scouts ahead and returns, telling Takeru that they are partying. Hearing this, Clay loses control of his anger and says they destroyed the entire village and are celebrating. He transforms and prepares to attack, but Takeru is even angrier. But Takeru tells him to calm down. He explains that if they rush in like this, they will be noticed and Ganja will be put in danger. Takeru realizes they need to move in secretly. Takeru activates a skill that turns both of them invisible, and they quietly sneak into the castle. They clear the lower floor, but they still cannot find Ganja. The scene then shifts to the enemies, who reveal that they captured Ganja to force him to reveal the location of the ether flowers. Their plan is to make the Lord's wife sick again. Once people realize that even the best healers cannot cure her, the only solution will be the ether flower. This will increase the demand, and they will be able to charge enormous amounts of money for it. As they are discussing this plan, Engache gets angry and tells them to be quiet. However, Takeru and Clay are standing outside the gate and hear everything. Unable to control himself, Clay launches an attack. Engache is about to lose, so he orders his companion to bring them out. The companion hesitates, saying they cannot control them yet, but Engache says he does not care and orders him to do it anyway. At that moment, Takeru approaches Engache, disguises his voice, and asks where the child is. Engache reveals that Ganja is in another building. Takeru immediately leaves to rescue him. Takeru safely retrieves Ganja, but suddenly a demon appears. It is the lake demon, causing destruction everywhere. Takeru rushes in and scans it, discovering that it is an Anomone, a summoned monster with B rank. Engache cannot control it anymore. Engache begs Takeru for help, but Takeru asks why he should help him when all of this is his own fault. Just then, the monster launches an attack. Engache is about to be hit, but Takeru puts a barrier around him. Engache is blown away but survives, only losing consciousness. Takeru realizes that no matter how many times the monster is cut, its tentacles regenerate. He uses magic to freeze all the tentacles. To defeat it, they need to strike its head. Clay agrees and delivers a powerful punch to the monster's head, but it is still not enough. The monster becomes enraged and attacks again. The impact sends Takeru and Ganja flying through the air. As they start falling, Takeru tells B to protect Ganja and hand him over. Takeru then falls into the poisonous lake. As he sinks into the water, Takeru thinks that he cannot believe he is risking his own life to save others. Sometimes his body moves on its own like this. At that moment, the god appears before him and tells him that even though he complains, he never abandons others. Because of him, this world is changing for the better. The god admits that there have been some side effects because of him, but says it is fine. Since Takeru is a good person and the god also cares about this world, he decides to give him a gift and grant his wish. Takeru says that he does not want to die yet. He still has many things to do. He wants to eat a lot of good food, watch Bai grow up, and see how Clay turns out. Then he remembers that he was supposed to receive an ultimate teaser as well. Just as Takeru is about to drown, a white horse appears and pulls him out of the water. This horse is actually a mare. She reveals that she is Hopfall Fear, the secret beast. She shows him that the poisoned water has now been completely purified. She explains that this happened because of him. He purified her land. Due to stagnant mana, the land had become corrupted, and she was unable to use her powers. To restore fertility and cleanse the water, she created the ether flowers and imbued them with purification. When she became exhausted from using her powers, she turned into stone. When Takeru fell into the water, the ether flower went in with him, purifying the lake and restoring her powers. When they return, everyone is relieved to see Takeru safe. Takeru tells them that a god saved him. At the same time, the beast says that Takeru saved her. However, no one can hear her. This means only Takeru can see and hear the secret beast. After that, the beast thanks Takeru and disappears. In the next scene, they safely return Ganja back to the village. After this, we see that Takeru has learned a teleportation spell. Using this spell, they quickly return to the castle. Once they arrive, they immediately prepare an antidote using the ether flower and give it to the Lord's wife. After drinking it, her condition improves dramatically. When Takeru scans her again, he confirms that the poison has completely left her body. Hearing this, both Tiaras and the Lord are overjoyed and rush over to hug her. In the next scene, the village is shown being rebuilt by everyone working together. The village is now completely safe. Seeing this, the chief becomes very happy, and thanks Takeru. He says that Takeru helped them so much, but he does not know how he can repay him. Takeru replies that there is something he can do. He takes a boiled potato and pours the juice of that fruit over it, creating something like soy sauce. He asks the chief to try it. As soon as the chief tastes it, he finds it incredibly delicious. Takeru then tells him that he wants to buy the lettuce fruit from the village. Using the profit from it, he plans to expand the lettuce fields. The chief asks how he will manage all of this. Takeru explains that if this becomes popular in Belkim, it will turn into the village's specialty, and the village will earn a lot of money. Hearing this, the chief becomes very happy. In the next scene, everyone celebrates together while enjoying food made with the fruit. After finishing all the work there, Takeru leaves the village. On the way, Clay asks Takeru how it feels after completing such a big task. Takeru replies that he is so exhausted that he is starting to see things, like he is dreaming in the middle of the day. He says this because he sees the secret beast descending from the sky. This time, even Clay can see her. He tells Takeru that this is not a dream, it is real. Seeing the beast, Takeru is shocked and asks what she is doing here. She replies that she has been staying near the village for a long time. Now that her work there is finished, she has decided to accompany him on his journey. Saying this, she transforms into her human form. Seeing this, even Clay is left completely stunned. Clay asks her why. As a secret beast, she chose to follow Takeru. She replies that life becomes much more entertaining when she is with Takeru. Besides, she says, they needed a horse anyway, and who could be a better horse than her? She tells them that they can ride on her back whenever they want and asks where they want to go next, saying she will take them there. Hearing this, Takeru becomes very excited. He thinks to himself that he did need a horse, but having a godlike being as one is incredibly surprising. At the same time, he wonders how she will be accepted as a party member. After that, Takeru goes to Grusus and asks if he can make those scissors for him. Grusus agrees and says that using the materials Takeru brought earlier, he made a sword and won first prize in a competition, which made him very happy. He promises Takeru that he will create such amazing scissors for him that Takeru will be extremely pleased. Hearing this, Takeru becomes happy and starts to leave. When he comes outside, he sees the beast again. She asks him if his work is finished. Takeru replies that his part is done, but Grusus will need some time to finish making the scissors. Just then, Great arrives and tells Takeru about a festival that happens once a year and is hosted by their guild. Great explains the festival to Takeru, saying it happens once a year and is hosted by the guild as a large gathering. There is also a material gathering competition during the festival, and they want Takeru to participate in it. Hearing this, Takeru says that he already gathers materials for his clients, and that is more than enough for him. Great replies that he knows that, but this request is a personal one from an important person. The request has come directly from the Lord of Belkim. Takeru is surprised and asks why. Great explains that the festival is being held under the Lord's patronage, so he specifically wants Takeru to take part. Takeru thinks for a moment and realizes that if the Lord himself is asking, he cannot really refuse. In the end, he agrees to participate. A few days later, the scene shifts to the festival grounds, where a huge crowd is gathered to take part in the competition. The guildmaster addresses everyone and explains the challenge. He says this is a special request from the Lord himself. The Lord wants to give a gift to his wife, who has recently recovered. Their mission is to collect 7 different colors of wool from rainbow sheep. Hearing this, Takeru becomes confused and asks what kind of material that is, since he has never heard of it before. The guildmaster replies that rank does not matter in this competition. Anyone can go and search for the wool, as long as they are lucky. If someone does not know what the material looks like, that is their own fault. They're not allowed to ask other people about it. He admits that networking can be useful for adventurers, but this test depends entirely on individual gathering skills. It is meant to show how skilled a person truly is at gathering. If they still do not know anything about the material, they are free to use public resources. If they need transportation, they can rent a horse or use a carriage. Hearing this, Puni says that this means she will not be able to help them. The guildmaster then adds that participants are not allowed to receive help from their party members either. If someone wins the competition, all the